reason it's imperative that you share nothing with no one until whatever you're working on reaches fruition is simply because their negative, emotional, externalized, extraneous energy will immediately go to work on rapidly destroying this beautiful thing that you're working on, that you call your dreams, your visions, your ideas, goals, hopes, aspirations, intentions, concepts, visualizations, conceptualizations, things that you've been pondering, perhaps something you've been working on for a long time, an invention, an idea, a book, piece of music, whatever it is. When you tell somebody about your activities, you are unconsciously opening the doorway to the inner sanctum of your oasis and allowing strangers to walk freely into your home, which is your heart, your imagination. And now they could do whatever they want to do with this magical treasure that has just been laid down before their feet. So now what happens is their negativity in the form of constructive criticism, which is both an oxymoron and a misnomer. By saying constructive criticism is like saying clean dirt. It doesn't exist. It's just ridiculous. There's nothing constructive about criticizing anyone. It's destructive. It's just another form of negativity transferring from the deliverer to a host to destroy them. That's why critics are individuals who do not have the courage or the intestinal fortitude to live their dreams. So therefore, they make a career out of destroying other people who did. And that's what a critic is. It's just their negative opinion of something. And that's it. There is nothing whatsoever fundamentally substantial or true about the term constructive criticism. There's nothing constructive about it. Whenever somebody gives you their advice, their opinions, their ideas, their thoughts, or suggestions about what you should do with your life or what you're working on or whatever, you need to take heed and be aware and beware, as this is a warning. The darkness is attempting to eradicate what it has come across in the form of whatever beautiful things you're working on. So now what's going to happen is your truth no longer becomes your truth because you're so concerned with being liked by others and being approved and being accepted and being embraced and winning a popularity contest that you're not being yourself. You're being disingenuous. This is the false identity that fits right in with all of these metaphorical masks that these empty vessels are wearing in society with their social filters. Where do you think blurting comes from, or a Freudian slip? Think about it for a minute. A Freudian slip is an unconscious truth, because that is a truth that bypassed the social filters in the subconscious brain. It didn't get a chance to stop it, analyze it, reconfigure it, and make it palatable for the recipient. So therefore, it just comes straight out. And whenever someone has a Freudian slip, that's exactly how they feel or think about you or something. Always know that. Because exactly how someone treats you is precisely how they feel about you. And don't delude yourself in thinking otherwise. You got to stop looking at life through rose-colored glasses. It's nonsense. Reality is a matter of perception. We each see life through different eyes. Reality is your perception. Those are the eyes of your reality. So if you have any kind of ideas you're working on, or inventions, or you want to get a business off the ground, or whatever it is, keep it to yourself. Don't seek advice from anyone except, if you can go to a resource of knowledge on learning how to do this thing you're looking to do. Like if you want to start real estate, or if you want to become a certified public accountant or a musician or whatever it is, you obviously have to confer with individuals of a higher database of knowledge than you, that are more, honed and savvy in these endeavors than you are, because you want to get to where they are and then supersede them, not outshine them. That's another thing I wanted to bring up. Never try to outshine anyone, just shine. Once you let go of the rope, there will be no tug of war between you and your past, or whomever it is you're trying to outdo, or best, or whatever it is. It's nonsense. Those are just egotistical, petty, childish little games. A child's mind is a playground, and I personally refuse to play. That's not saying that I have let the inner child in me die, because I refuse to. This matrix will never kill my inner child. I'm still like a big 9-year-old at heart, and my heart is my greatest gift. It's the greatest gift that God has ever given me. But if you have a dream, a concept, an idea, any type of visualization that you've been, imaging, your visions and dreams, intentions, goals, hopes, aspirations, desires, things you've been working on, plans for the future, any kind of concepts or mental drawings, or pictures in your head that you want to get something done, don't tell people, because not too many people mean you well. They tell you it. They'll tell you they will. Oh, that's great. Best of luck. You hope you do awesome. But that's not who and what they really are, because secretly behind the scenes, they're sending you their negativity. I've mentioned this in another video where if your neighbor hits a $500 million lottery, are you going to honestly be happy for them? Or are you going to wish that it was you and not them? That's what I'm talking about. Because most people are very content being miserable and doing nothing with their lives, just drifting aimlessly, no ambition, no goals, no hopes, no dreams, no optimism, no enthusiasm, no positivity, no forward progressive motion. They're just thoroughly and permanently entrenched in this comfort zone. It's an old bad friend that they just never want to leave. And that's their dysfunction. That's their trip. That's their life. That's their journey. That's their hang-up. That's their issue, not yours. It's like when you have two people who have a beautiful, healthy relationship, and they go hang out with two people who don't. The two people who don't will work hard to make them just as miserable as they are. That is absolute truth. And this is the same premise that I'm bringing up here, that when you tell people of any kind of activities you're involved with, or events, or any kind of projects, or any kind of business transactions, or you want to start your own small business, a home-based business, or you want to be a writer, a musician, public speaker, whatever it is, you've got to be very cognizant that very few, if any, people actually mean you well. And this is the truth. Reality is a matter of perception. You have to alter your perception to see the entirety of life, not just the good, because that's not reality. Right now, as I'm making this video, there are a multitude of long protracted conflicts being waged on the face of this earth for profit, for gain, for the few, at the cost of the lives of the many. This is collateral damage, and they don't care. And that's what's happening right now. So you can't see the good in a military force anywhere in the world dropping ordnance on human beings and killing the populations of the people. There's no good in that. You got to see it as it is. The same holds true with this. So just know, keep things to yourself until they reach fruition, and then go, hey, look what I did. Here's my book I published, or here's my business I started, or here's this or that, whatever. Wait till it's done. Trust me, because their negative energy acts as a tether, and it's going to block all your forward progressive motion and inertia and momentum that you're trying to build into a crescendo, until you realize this beautiful thing, whatever it is you're working on. Whatever it is. Doesn't matter what it is. Even if you have an idea to modify a currently existing invention. Remember, everything that is now realized was once only imagined. That means that everything that you are actually using and seeing and sensing and detecting and transpiring around you and interacting within was at one point or another inside somebody's imagination. It was an idea. And yes, I'm also referring to God, the earth, nature, the elements. That was inside God's imagination, and here it is. The same thing is with all of the appliances, components, devices, and all of the utilities you use every day, the infrastructure of this world, cars, clothes, furniture, jewelry, television, cell phones, TV, all of it. These were just ideas drifting in somebody's imagination. And they had the intestinal fortitude to realize this by bringing it through to fruition into physical form. And the way that you do that is you don't introduce any outside source of negativity. You keep it to yourself. This is the reason why governments have top secret projects. They They don't tell anybody. There's a reason for that, because they want to get it done. Same thing with whatever it is you're working on. So just know that if you have an idea or an intention, or maybe like a plan, a blueprint, a drawing, a mental picture of what you might do, a kind of endeavor you want to get into, start a home-based business, be a writer, be a mechanic, go to school to do air conditioning or refrigeration. I mean, whatever it is, whatever you're working on, keep it to yourself. And then when you graduate, show them your diploma, because then they don't have a chance to block it or stop it or become any kind of impediment or hindrance in that process of the flow of energy that's going to take you from point A to point Z. Because in between, if you tell people, they're going to knock you down. They're going to try to prevent you from getting to that end goal, that end game, whatever it is you're looking to do. That's just human nature. People are petty, they're insecure, they're jealous, they're envious, and they don't want to see you succeed, even though they tell you they do. Very few people actually want to help you or help heal you or, foster whatever it is you're doing. The remainder of them, they say they do, but they really don't. And that is the truth. Keep your dreams to yourself until they're realized, and then share them with the world. God bless.